This is a project I put together a year ago. It's a Raspberry Pi underneath there, you can see that. And on top, it's a board from a company called Modern Devices. Got 8 pots on it. They are pots, they're not rotary controllers, and there's 4 switches, and I've soldered some LEDs on top of this for reasons that will become apparent. And so what this is, it's running pure data inside of this thing. It's a Linux box. Basically, it's a Raspberry Pi, so it's a Linux box, and it's running pure data, and it's running without a monitor, running in headless mode, no monitor, no keyboard. I've got a set of instructions on a site that I'll link in the description, which is a full tutorial on how to build one of these things. Parts for one of these things would run about $140 or so. I think you can get the kits for the Raspberry Pi, for the new Pi 4, for about $100, and the Lots of Pots board, I think about $35. And chances are, you know, if you're a tech geek like I am, you'll have at least one of these things lying around that perhaps you can use anyway. So maybe you have one of these things anyway. So my goal here is to create something standalone, create a standalone software synthesizer with some kind of tactile control. And the goal was to be able to take this to my local open mic and frighten everybody with some weird sounds that I would create with it. Of course, you know, history kind of intervened in that, and I've yet to do that, but nevertheless, I had a lot of fun putting the project together, and I've had a lot of fun playing with it. So I'll just give you a demo of a few patches that I've got on this thing. I've got some, sorry, a few crib sheets off to my right here, which show me what the patches are. So first patch is pretty simple. It's just a single tone. I control the oscillator frequency with one of these knobs, and then each of these other ones is mapped to some kind of function. So LFO frequency on this one, the amount of modulation on this one, filter, cutoff, and resonance. And then the last two are delay. This is delay time, this is feedback. Things like send the LFO to the filter and stuff. Use a white noise instead of the oscillator. It's hard as you feel right. Get the idea. Next patch that I've got, so I've set up these LEDs just to indicate which patch I'm on. So the next one is an FM synth, and here again, actually, let's turn the delay off. So I've got it's just 2 operators. I've got a fundamental here, and then I've got my second operator here, and then the modulation amount is on this third pot here. Interesting Next patch is a granular synthesizer. So I've got 4 grains which are sweeping randomly, not randomly, progressively across a track, and their progress is controlled by these 4 pots. This one's a little bit quiet, I'll turn the volume up. I adjust the grain length with this one, and the pitch with this one. There we go. Grain length, longer grain, shorter grain, and then big steps in either direction. It goes steps forward or backwards depending on the position of the pots. You can get kind of wacky with this. Literally endless fun. The last one, so for the last one I've got a keyboard, if you can see that, I've got my little Korg keyboard hooked up to this thing. This last one is an FM synth. It's a 4-operator FM synth. And on here I've got my attack delay on this one, detune amount here, modulation. And then I've got controls of my 4 operators here. I can get some half-decent bell-like sounds out of this, and you can change the algorithm with this one. Some of these I like more than others. And it's actually polyphonic. I don't know how bad this is going to sound. It's actually more or less tuneful. There's also your unison modes. Idea. Anyway, so each of these 4 different patches were written in pure data, or sorry, more accurately, per data, which is a derivative of pure data with a few other additions, and the interfaces which are necessary to talk with the lots of pots board. So altogether, I think about the time I bought this, I want to say the whole thing cost me around about $100. Although I already had the Raspberry Pi. This one's a Model B+, which is more than sufficient for the task. Like I say, the Lots of Pots board, a great little add-on for the Raspberry Pi if you're doing any kind of digital music. $35 from Modern Devices. And so I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, thanks for watching.